What is up, guys? We're back again. And this week I kind of just wanted to go over, wealth, something a bit bigger than just trading itself. Specifically just your journey to passive wealth, which is super, super possible. I feel like a lot of people, just lack knowing that just for the sole fact that it's not really talked about much. So I just wanted to, talk about that a bit. And, making money is one thing, building lasting wealth that gives you freedom is the real goal for most traders and for most people that I know, at least. And so just kind of wanted to go over that, a little breakdown of that, and how trading really plays a role in that, as a whole, and what it actually means to, create passive income. And like I just said, making money is one thing, knowing how to keep your money is another thing, and knowing how to grow that money is an even completely different thing. So a little bit of things to go over today. So I feel like a lot of people kind of, confuse the difference between making money and, just wealth as a whole. Making money is just short term. You make money by working, you get paid, you have money. But wealth really starts when you make that money work for you. And a lot of people spend time making, using their money to make it look like they have money instead of using their money to make more money, which I think is the biggest problem, especially in this side of the world. But it is what it is. But yeah, so wealth is really like when you start making your money work for you. Um, you know, so the key is really, to build a system and build habits that make your money multiply and not make your money disappear like most people do. Big surprise, but the first step to this is mindset. You know how important mindset is when it comes to anything regarding money. We talk about it literally all the time. So nothing new, but that's really the most important thing. You have to start thinking like an investor and not just thinking like, oh shit, I made 2 grand yesterday, I'm gonna go buy a $2,000 Gucci bag, and then you're back at zero. That's a big issue. And realistically, it's the same thing as I just said. It's not about how much money you can make, it's how much you can keep and how much you can grow. Like everything else, trading wise, money wise, everything we've ever talked about, discipline is huge. It is everything, whether you're trading or just investing separately from that, just saving up, whatever. The way that you manage your money today will determine your freedom tomorrow and the day after that and the day after that. When I started trading along with, a bunch of other people that I know in this world too, the goal was income. The goal, was money. And very quickly I had to realize that, consistency and discipline were the real goals here, because it was, about building that foundation for wealth, and being able to retire 30, 40 years before everyone else and just, kind of have that passive income coming in where I don't need to worry and I don't need to do as I'm doing now, which is 18 hours a day of work and consistent, like, go, 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 go. Like, the whole point is to not have to do that till we're 60, 70, like most of the population. Now we're going to talk kind of how trading fits into this, because realistically, like I just said, for a lot of people, you start trading because you just want that quick money, but it's not really about making quick profits. You get to a point where it's really just about learning the skill that can generate that income long term, and that's essentially the goal. It's all about like using your income in a smart way. It's like, let's say you make $200 today trading, instead of going out and spending that on something that you probably don't need at this exact moment, and you just want, build leave it in that trading account and build that account, or put it into another sort of investment that you have. It's okay to treat yourself. It's okay to go spend money that you've made. Like, obviously, people have tens of thousands of dollars when trading and they will spend it. Yes, you're rewarding yourself for all the hard work you're doing, but you're never going to be able to really, really, really reward yourself if you're just like spending it stupidly and not actually thinking about the bigger picture of things. So yeah, essentially that's like really big thing that I learned when I started trading. Trading doesn't necessarily build wealth. It's not from one big winning trade that you're going to get wealth. It's just from the consistency, sorry, and the compounding and everything else that comes with it. So that being said, if you're new, you don't know much about trading, that is where Pew Prime and Prime Burst comes in. If you have not heard about this yet, basically PU Prime is the broker that I trade with. And by signing up and trading with that broker, you also get access to Primeverse, which is a completely free educational site, essentially. You have access to courses, strategies, mentors, chats, journals that track every single thing for you. An indicator like a market scanner that'll give you entries, exits. You get access to an AI bot. I know everyone's obsessed with AI, so if you want that, it's there. Not only that, but there's like vacation discounts. There's a bunch of crazy shit. If you want more information on that, you can check the video that actually breaks down the website, because I'm not going to spend the whole video talking about that. But essentially, yeah, you can learn every single thing about the markets, risk management strategies without spending a dime. And that's where you can start building wealth. There's also lessons on wealth. There's lessons on real estate. There's lessons on a bunch of other things that you can use your trading money, to invest in these types of things, learn how to do that to build and build and build to get to wealth, which is the ultimate goal. So how do you actually start creating passive income? The reason why we're all fucking watching this video. Earn actively through work, trading, business, whatever it is that you choose to do. I recommend trading, obviously, naturally. That is my niche. Save consistently. Pay yourself first, but keep in mind the bigger picture of things, the end goal. And then just, invest strategically. Invest in assets that can grow or generate passive income. If you have not read Rich Dad Poor Dad, I don't know by who, you know what I'm talking about. Everyone knows this book. Read it. I swear to God, it goes over assets, investments, fucking all that shit so deeply. You will never be confused ever again. What is an asset? What is blah, 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 so on and so forth. Super helpful book. Changed my mindset completely. I now know what is worth investing my time and money into. But essentially, in the bigger picture, that just means reinvesting your profits, build a business, I don't know. Whatever you choose to do in that sense is up to you. If you want to go into real estate, if you just, whatever, it's up to you. But the ultimate goal is wealth, and it has to start with being smart with the things that you are doing and the decisions that you are making. And then as soon as those investments start paying you, that's when you know that you have your foot in the door of passive wealth, passive income, and the dollar amount at first does not matter. The whole point is for it to build. Same as when you start trading, you're going to make smaller profits than you will 2 years from now. It's the same idea. If that's bringing $10 back to you, fuck it. It's bringing $10 back to you. 10 years from now, it'll be bringing back $1 million. So what matters is just, building the habit, building the system, letting your money grow even when you're not necessarily working. That money is working for you, and that is the entire point. So no, before you're disappointed, wealth does not come super quickly. Same thing as, trading, stuff like that. The freedom does not come quickly. It's a journey. It's not a shortcut. It's not a get rich quick type of bullshit thing. There's going to be setbacks. You're going to lose trades. There's going to be slower months. There's going to be slower days, but you got to stay consistent. You got to keep learning. That always, there's always something to learn. Every single day that you wake up, there will be something to learn. You're never going to know everything. You're never going to be like, we're not fucking robots, So all that to say, don't go chasing overnight success. Build skills, build habits, have good intentions, be smart with the things that you're doing, and just remember, passive wealth is, it's earned through patience, through education, through discipline, not through luck. We're not gambling here. So anyways, that's where I'm at right now. That's what I want to say right now. Like I said, if you want to start your journey with PU, Primeverse, etc., and have that free education, it's very, very, very beginner friendly. So you can click the link in the description below, or literally the link in the bio of any one of my social medias, and sign up for free. Be a part of my team. Learn from me live. Be in contact with me every day that you need to. I spend all day, every day chatting with people from my team, giving them pointers, going live, doing stuff like that. And coming back from Christmas, going into the new year, we will be on a super consistent schedule of live trades, like live trading sessions for you guys to come ask questions and just learn strategies without having to watch a video and then kind of guess. You can ask me your questions face to face and I'll be there to answer them. So just remember, wealth, money, freedom, it's not about getting rich quick. It's about building freedom one step at a time, and I want to be there with you guys on your journeys, as well as I want you guys to be there on my journey. And so, yeah. That being said, let's start growing together. Your journey to passive wealth starts now if you take into account everything I've just said. So I will see you on the other side. I wish you all good luck. And as always, happy trading.